Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night and a great week. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 3, NASDAQ up 20, S&P's up 3.5. Gold contract up $18, trading at $1,293 an ounce. Silver up 20 cents at $17.95 an ounce. Platinum up $17 at $1,283 an ounce. Copper down 2.5 pennies at $2.58 a pound. Light sweet crude down $2.30 at $46.39. Oil, folks, bottom line is building the cause to get into that 32 level. Pretty wild. Bonds, what you have is this. The 10-year up 1 tick, 129.28. 30-year up 17 ticks at 150.02. Bottom line, both of the bonds refuse lower price, have the juice to get a lot higher. King dollar up 410 ticks, trading out at 93.30. You get the euro down 49 at 115.57, and the yen at up 116, trading out at 118.72. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. We'll start out, folks. We take a look at first the futures. So what do we have out here? You have a market last week. We get into low. You do it with volume. S&P, the futures right now are 2017. Bottom line, the S&P futures, folks, are building cause to get down into this swing point from the 16th of December. I suspect not only that it's going to break that swing point, it's been building cause, it does want to get down into the 1805 area. If we take a look at the SPY, and you want to see that correlation inside the SPY, volume-wise, we did out here on this bounce out here today, folks. You did 846 million versus 975 in the market, in the Dow Industrials. If we take a look at the SPY, what you're going to see inside the SPY is this. The SPY out here did 127 million shares out here today. That 127 million is going into 214 million. So you can see that correlation is pretty intense. The NDX 100, we take a look at the 3 Qs. What do you have with the 3 Qs? With the 3 Qs, you got to a higher high out here than Friday. We are at 101.62. That is also a building cause to get into not only the December swing point of 99.96. I expect you're also going to see this down at the 90.24. Netflix, NFLX, we just had Netflix come out with numbers. And if we take a look at the numbers on Netflix, this is what you have in that. Sorry about this, folks. There we go. Okay, so Netflix closed at 348. Netflix right now is trading at 392. That 392, where is that going into? Well, guess what? You have a gap. When it gapped down, that gap down, and then that's going to, the top of that gap is 395. So what you're up into that gap. That's where it gapped down. Huge volume on the way down. We'll see how that straightens out on the way back up. It looks to me like that bounce, however, and we'll put this on so you can see this expansion. It looks to me that is all that's going to do is fill that gap. That's how that's shaken out. Big Blue just come out with numbers. Big Blue closed out here. And Big Blue is dead meat. It's been up and down and all over the place. Big Blue had closed at 156.95. That is trading right now at 155.90. It had shot up to the 159 area. Numbers on Big Blue go like this. The estimate was 541. They took in 581. So you had earnings per share that did go up. Revenue, their fourth quarter revenue is 11.1 billion shares. Bottom line is that they made their numbers. That's how it looks. But they missed their revenue. So when you miss the revenue, okay, bottom line, when you miss revenue, folks, the market itself knows that you can do financial engineering on a continual basis. There's no doubt about that. That's what IBM has done. You're going to see IBM selling off. Gold contract. What do we have with gold out here today? What you have with gold is this. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. Taking swing points out and taking them out with volume. Gold right now is trading out at 1293. GC. 1293 flat. Bottom line is that you had the juice inside this move out here on Friday as well as today. Friday we did 288,000 contracts. Today we did 219,000 contracts. Gold contract is trading at 1293. That's on its way to 1319. We go take a look at the silver contract. Silver finally had some movement, folks. It had wide price spread, accelerated volume on Friday. It continued through out here today. Silver had nice volume, which we needed. Silver did 66,000 contracts, taking out those swing points, going all the way back to the October swing points. Now what you're going to see with silver, silver's going to be going after those December swing, those November, August swing points. Big number, though. There's no two ways about that. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar is up 436 out here today. Bottom line, you stayed at a higher price. We'll see where this whole thing does shake out, specifically meaning that you had the Fed, the European Central Bank, that start meeting today. You're going to have an announcement on the 22nd, and on the 22nd, the announcement is going to be, is Draghi going to be buying bonds and do a quick QE in London? We'll see if, in fact, that's how this thing's going to shake out. Some of the high-volume stocks you had out here today, you had Advanced Micro down 15 cents. Apple was up 2.79. We had Facebook up $1.04. Delta was up 3.33. Johnson & Johnson's getting whacked. That was down 2.75. Inside the Dow, the big one inside the Dow, of course, tomorrow is going to be Big Blue, if it can make it or break it. Inside the Dow out here today, Johnson & Johnson was the big mover on the way down, taken away from the Dow Industrials. We take a look at, it was Johnson & Johnson, Intel, Goldman Sachs, and Home Depot. Putting juice into the Dow Industrials today, even though it was flat, was Coca-Cola, American Express, Costco, and Chevron. Inside that context, if we go over and we take a look at the financials in general, the financials in general, folks, want lower price. We go look at Goldman Sachs out here. Goldman Sachs come out with numbers on Friday, and what you're going to see with Goldman Sachs is this. Goldman Sachs just come off a high of 195. You're at 175. Pretty intense, no doubt. Where are we going? October 15th swing low. This October 15th swing low, no matter where you go inside the marketplace, folks, is out there. It's going to get tested. Many of the equities inside these indices have already come down and have broken that lower level. That's a huge heads up in the context of where this market wants to go. And if we do go over and we take a look at the SPY, you're going to see that we're way off that level. The SPY right now is trading at 202.60. The low of that number, folks, is 181. So you're talking about 22 points on the way down. The XAU, the HUI, they went topside Friday with volume, took out their swing points, their ABC structures on the way up, and they're very large ABC structures on the way up, by the way. Straight line moves, too. And what you can see the strength inside the XAU and the HUI. When you do an ABC structure on the way up or the way down, folks, most of the time, so A to B equals C to D. The A to B is a straight line move. The B to C is normally a chopping move. And the retracement on the B to C, on an ABC on the structure on the way up, will tell you, will give you a good probability of how strong the structure is. If you do a small retracement and then you take out the B point with volume, that is a strong move. Well, inside the XAU and the HUI, folks, that's exactly what it did. It actually went to a higher high on the 13th, both of them. They pulled back on the 14th, and then it said, see ya, don't want to be ya, and took off topside again. It's the first part. Second part is just as important, and what it is this. The congestion that we were in, the XAU and the HUI, has been since October of 2014. That built itself a nice bottom, has caused, when we went straight down from 102 down to 76 in the XAU. Guess what? It's going to go straight up. There's nothing stopping that baby because there was no consolidation on the way down. Straight line move. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow finished down 3. NASDAQ off 20. S&P's off 3.5. We're going to be right back.